So it's the final cube of the season, and or of the doesn't cube come right back with like Legacy Cube?
We have about a week break, and then it comes back.
Okay. So this pack: Library of Alexandria, Skull Clamp, Snapcaster Mage. Wow. I think it's Library bar none, but Skull Clamp and Snapcaster Mage are both really convincing cards.
Wow, I mean, I've even first picked Imperial Recruiter before, but I mean, nothing comes close to Library.
Yeah, Library is more of a piece of power than Time Twister.
Yeah.
I've always ranked Library as higher than Time Twister in the pieces of power. So, Library seems like the snap pick here to me.
Yeah, it's not the best later on in the game, but
right. We could do the Upheaval plan.
Upheaval's really powerful. Looking at the rest of the pack, nothing really excites me. I mean, Hallowed Fountain is pretty open, but
right. I don't necessarily just want to grab a land right now without knowing anything about the colors I'm going to be in, though. I want to at least have an idea of where I'm going.
If we grab Upheaval, I mean, one nice thing about getting that early is it kind of encourages us to go for Artifact Ramp, which isn't a bad direction to go anyway.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what I'm thinking. I like the Artifact Ramp, which is always nice. And in this cube, I feel like Upheaval just has that power level that's really good, and that's what I kind of think I want here. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. Let's grab that. I'm always a fan of the swords. Just saying. Swords are
good.
Good. There's no Artifact Ramp, which was the first thing I looked for, and I didn't see any. There's Garruk Wildspeaker, which allows you to untap lands, which is also good. Blue-green is a reasonable thing.
Extra card with Library.
What?
It lets you draw an extra card with Library. Garruk does.
Yes, but how often does that actually come up?
I don't know.
It probably doesn't. I like the sword better because whenever you... Okay, since I know you do a lot of cube, even with me, whenever you face off against a person who plays a sword, and if it's on even one or more of your colors, you're just like, crap.
Well, it just makes their creatures a very high priority to deal with. I think if it's not the sword, it might be Soulfire Grandmaster or Garruk, but I think the sword's a fine pick.
I'm going to take the sword.
Yeah.
Sour seems good to me.
Sour's very powerful, not as strong as it is in Legacy Cube by any means, but it stays in blue, which is not a bad place to start. We don't see any Artifact Ramp, unfortunately, so yeah.
Right. Someone to our right might be taking all the Artifact Ramp that might be coming around?
It's possible. It seems to be very highly drafted lately. I've only had one draft where I got more than like 2 signets lately. Yeah, I think Sower.
Yeah, I think Sower's just the safe pick here. Okay, so there is a Deceiver Edge Arc, which could allow us to go into the Twin plan. There's an Ulamog if you want to go for the big, heavy plan.
Those are the 2 things I'm looking at.
I like the Twin plan a lot more than most, but maybe that's just me.
I like Deceiver Exarch in part because it cuts off blue completely out of this pack. Ulamog is not the best of the Eldrazi.
I mean, he's perfectly reasonable, but he's not... I actually prefer Kozilek a little bit more than Ulamog, which is kind of funny.
Well, Kozilek, drawing 4 cards is something even if he's immediately dealt with.
Right.
And it's 10 mana.
I'm going to take the Deceiver Edge Arc and just kind of see where we can go with that.
Oh, well, there's the Zealous Conscripts along with that plan.
Right, that allows us to keep with that plan. There's also just like good black removal, but I think I like the Zealous Conscripts here. Just gives you that continued attempt at making that plan work, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's take that.
Zealous Conscript is better on its own, too. Stealing Planeswalker Ultimates never gets old.
Trinket Mage?
Yeah, we don't have anything to fetch with it. But,
Well,
I mean,
the odds of getting something that you can fetch with it, though, are usually pretty high.
yeah, it's pick 7 in the draft. We got plenty of time.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Murderous Cut.
I actually like Caracas. We're not in black at all.
Caracas.
Caracas is fine as a colorless land.
Right. I actually have a high preferential for black in this cube, because if you get all the discard spells, it ruins everyone's attempts at being unfair and forces them to play to more fair lines of play.
There's nothing wrong with grabbing Murderous Cut. One nice thing about Caracas, though, is if we want to try for the Restoration Angel thing, but you can go either route. I like Caracas, but...
I'm going to take the cut and just kind of see what happens.
I am amazed that Skullclamp came
Whoa.
back.
I'm grabbing that, and we'll just see what happens from there, I think.
I'm kind of hoping we get a Stoneforge now.
Yeah. Abbott? Probably not. Mizium Mortars, probably, actually.
If we're trying for the twin thing, I think Mortars is more likely to play.
I mean, I don't know if we're trying for twin, really, but we kind of are picking up a few pieces just here and there to kind of see if something's going to happen. And I think this is the right next card to pick up.
I think Koth.
Yeah, sure, why not? Although I actually really like Mental Misstep. It's actually performed exceedingly well for me.
I haven't had much luck with it, but if you want it, go ahead for it. I'm just thinking Koth. Koth has upside.
Koth is pretty strong. I do like the fact that, but Koth's better in like a mono red or single color deck, though. I'm gonna take the Mental Misstep on this one. I'm gonna overrule you. Don't really think anything here really matters, so just screw the red deck.
Well, I mean, you say that, but one reason I was kind of on Koth and why I would probably also take Jackal Pup is because picking up red cards when you have nothing better to grab, often like you find out later that red is just insanely open. You're getting like 10th pixel Fear Vortex and you just audible into it, or at least I do.
You tend to have a fascination with red deck, just like my other co-host. Everyone has a fascination.
It's not a fascination, it wins.
Everyone has fascinations with red deck. I don't get it. Just don't get it.
I agree it's not the best to stream because you have a lot of downtime in between matches, but on the other hand, you have an in-between matches because you win.
Fair. Wow. Yogg's Will, Time Twister, and an Orjo Signet for the mana ramp. Counterspell.
With a second place going to Signet or Twister.
Yeah, I think it's Counterspell, just because we're heaviest in the blue, and Counterspell is, well, just the ultimate no, you're not allowed to card, so.
Yeah. We're not definitely red yet, but we'll see if we get the twin parts.
Right. If we don't get the twin parts, we can always duck out of red. So.
The main reason I like Signet, though not as much as Counterspell, is upheaval.
Well, there is the twin for twin. So.
Yeah.
I think that's what I grab here. Blue-red is usually quite solid, and if you get the right kind of removal suite to go with it, it works nicely. Plus, since we have the Etchark and the twin, we now do have a combo already built into our deck. I guess we also have twin plus conscripts, but that's a much slower version of the combo.
It's just the conscript has more upside by itself.
Right. Conscripts is perfectly fine just playing on its own. So I'm going to move the Murderous Cut to the board for right now, but we may bring it back in. We never know. Don't know if the Skull Clamp's going to be playable. That's going to be an interesting one, but we'll see.
Man, Skull Clamp would have been an interesting combo with Abbot of Carol Keep.
Yeah.
We play it gets Prowess, becomes a 3/2, we equip it, we attack for 4, and then at end of turn the Prowess wears off and we draw 2 cards.
Yeah, that would have been kind of neat, but I just don't think it was quite where we wanted to be going with our deck, so it's one of those things. The benefit of Lightning Greaves is you can, well, actually no, you can't do what I was going to say. Never mind, screw it. My brain just went, wait a second, that doesn't work. Although, Trinket Mage fetches Skull Clamp is a random fact, and I'll take a Treachery here.
Not passing Treachery. Hopefully Electrolyze comes back.
Yeah, Electrolyze would be my hope to wheel. Otherwise, I'm not necessarily certain what I'd want out here. But Treachery is just pretty much OP and where we want to be. I like Mana Leak here. I also don't mind like Hero's Downfall or any of these Planeswalkers, or even just the fetch land.
Mana Leak's fine, but I kind of like getting the fetch land for the reason that we have 13 playables and no fixing.
Fair.
And we're running a color.
Fair. Alright, I agree with the fetch land on this one then. I'm gonna say I agree. Oh, we're splashing black now.
When people pass that?
Yeah, I'm not letting this go any further. We are officially splashing black.
I can't talk you into Searing Spear.
Nope, and we're taking the Thoughtseize in the next pack here.
Man, I think we saw Nicol Bolas in pack 1, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. But getting Mind Twist and Thoughtseize back to back there is just like, what? Oh, and see, this even works well. We can play this, and this can then fetch red and black now.
You've got...
Arid Mesa.
Yeah. Signier 89, I'm not sure what you mean by la la la.
I don't know. I just kind of saw it and went, what? Alright. But yeah, I think Scrubland's the right pick here. The only other option is Sarkin.
I don't know that we need Sarkin. Scrubland's fine. We might splash white too.
Never know. Toxic Deluge? Sure. Sign me up. That card's amazing. I love this card. This is like probably my favorite Wrath of all time right now.
Yeah. Other than that, 1, 2.
I don't mind Augur.
But I think Deluge is better.
Yeah, I don't mind Augur, but Deluge is just straight up powerful. Oh, Time Twister. Or a land on 2 color lines.
There was a Zergo Bellstriker in this pack, and somebody took it over Chain Lightning. I don't understand that.
People undervaluing Burn? Do we need Burn?
Guess.
I think we want like a Time Twister plan. Or
I like Time Twister, but... Or Summit, actually.
Yeah, those are the two I'm bouncing between right now. Summit allows us to play better to the black-red, but Time Twister is just, you know, Time Twister.
It's powerful, but I don't know that we'll play Twister, and we will play Summit.
Yeah, I'll grab the Summit. Kavu's pretty good, though. Slap Twin on Kavu in desperation and go, hey, guess what? I get to kill things every turn.
I'm not sure Kavu will make the main deck, though. A Needle would definitely...
Needle's actually fetchable with Trinket Mage, though, which is a good point.
Oh, that's... yeah. And Skull Clamp is, too.
Yeah, we don't know if we'll get to play the Skull Clamp, but we'll figure that one out. Storm Breath?
There we go.
I guess?
Yeah.
I'll put it here for right now. Why not? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know if Storm Breath makes the main, but it definitely wrecks some decks. White decks can't deal with it at all.
My camera's on the wrong side. There we go. Problem solved. I've had comments about the camera covering cards before, so had to move that.
It's... Okay, I'm trying to think. I think we already passed Watery Grave in pack 1, and I'm
No,
not
we passed
sure.
Watery Grave in this pack, but I think it would be in the next one. But
It's not coming back with 3 cards.
I don't think we're coming back, so I'm thinking we grab...
Actually, or Verdict.
Maybe we want Burning. I grabbed Burning. I ran out of time. Searing Spear's fine.
Yeah. Smash.
Yep, Smash is just pretty good, and we'll put you in the sideboard. So we ended up picking up this Black Splash in this pack from Mind Twist, Thoughtseize, and Deluge, which is perfectly reasonable. I love all those cards in this cube. Ways to just break your opponent's strategies are just so nice. So we have Imperial Seal, Control Magic, Gilded Lotus, Tassiger.
I'm thinking Lotus.
I think Lotus. It does work best with the upheaval side plan and allows you to mind twist for more. We don't have any way to ramp into it though. But maybe we find something in this pack that ramps into it.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go for it. Oh, Force at Will. There's also a Signet, but Force at Will.
I think we take Signet, actually.
Think we take Signet over Force of Will? Really?
I mean, we've got 23 playables, and we might not be playing some... Well...
Yeah, we might not play all these blue cards. That's an interesting point. We don't necessarily have a lot of them.
You can take Force. Force is definitely a good pick. We just have literally 0 Signets.
Right, and we do have the upheaval plan as a side plan.
Upheaval and burning, and we've got nothing to do with them.
Right. Wow. That is not going to be a pass I'm going to enjoy.
I mean, it's up to you. I think we need Signets, and we're probably not going to get a lot of them, but...
Right. I agree. It's just, I don't enjoy passing Force here.
Yeah. I mean, it 2-for-1s you.
I don't enjoy passing Force there. Stoneforge and True Name. I'm taking the True Name because True Name is nuttily powerful.
We're not in white. There's also 2 lands that we'd want, but...
Right. Well, yeah, we're not in white, but we could have been in white. It was earlier we could have been in white. But True Name is just nuttily powerful.
I think the discipline pick is actually to take the
Sulfur Falls?
Or the Blood Crypt.
Yeah, well, screw those.
Yeah.
I'm taking True Name. And then I'm picking up a sword to go with the True Name, to make the True Name better.
Are you... That's not a great... I think...
I will play that sword, though.
Anticipate, Duretti, or Urborg.
I will play the hell out of this sword if I have to. Just saying.
Already, we have.
Maybe one actually like Manic Vandal though.
I
don't know if we want Duretti. I don't necessarily think we want to anticipate.
I mean, you can take what you want, but I know I wouldn't take the sword.
Yes, but I value the swords higher than you do, and you value the swords lower than I think you should. But I think I'll grab the Duretti here.
Okay.
For the draw.
I value the hell out of the burn spells.
Yes, I know you.
Then?
Yeah, I'm not even questioning the steam vents here. I'm looking very quickly and then going, yep, that's right.
Literal 4. Wow, sneak attack.
Those are both late. Both Sneak Attack and Channel really late there.
Ulamog in this pack. What are the odds it comes back?
What?
We opened Ulamog in this pack.
Oh, we opened the new Ulamog?
Okay.
I think the odds are low. We haven't seen like any ramp at all, so my guess is someone's been hoarding all the ramp.
Yeah, and Emery-Yale, excuse me, in chat has a good point. We only have 6 creatures, so swords are a bad pick.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I ran 2 swords and a Skull Clamp in a 7-creature deck, and I won the draft, so... I'm taking the Spellskite. It's a nice, safe pick.
Man, we need more fixing.
I don't necessarily know. I've run on significantly lower fixing than this. This is already decent. But if Blood Crypt for some reason wheels, Marsh Flats would be a great pick.
I don't anticipate Blood Crypt wheeling, but
right. So I'm thinking we actually want like Mana War. Or actually, we might want the Inferno Titan as a win con. We are kind of low on main win cons.
Sure.
Okay, that sword I have to take. Just saying. Principle of the matter, this is like the best sword in existence.
Rakdos Return is a win con.
This is the best sword in existence.
Okay.
I will make this work. Just you watch. I will make this work. Somehow. Guess I want Tesker, probably?
I mean, Lightning Mauler combos with Skull Clamp.
So does Short Fang at that point.
Tassiger's a better card.
Yeah. Maloku combos with Skull Clamp.
Yeah.
There, I have a Skull Clamp combo. Same with Ophiomancer.
Harponation, are you saying that swords aren't good, or you disagree that they're not good? Ophiomancer, right?
Yeah, I'm grabbing the Ophiomancer. Swords will be fine in this deck. You just watch. I will make them work. Grave Robber? Yes.
I don't know if we're going to play Grave Robber. Do we want Disc for the sideboard? Or...
I like Grave Robber in the sideboard as a hate on the Reanimator decks. I'm going to put it in the sideboard. I've gotten to play again. I was telling you last night, I don't know if you read the thing that I was saying, but I played against a Reanimator deck, and it was game 3, and the Reanimator deck goes, land, Imperial Seal, and I'm like, okay, he probably fetched Entomb, so I go, Mox, land, Grave Robber, and he plays a land, looks for a second, does nothing. Happens again, he plays like 5 lands and just does nothing until I kill him with the Grave Robber.
Yeah, like Scavenging Ooze just turns off that entire strategy.
Right. It was like, wow, you just did nothing this entire game.
Yeah. Can you sort by color? I think we might actually just go to 2 colors.
I don't think so. Which color? I don't think we want to cut our black. Our black's really powerful.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Our black has got some heavy power cards here, so I don't think we want to cut the black. Our blue has a lot of double cards. We could try to get rid of some of the double red cards, maybe? Because we do have Counterspell, True Name, Sower, Treachery, and Upheaval.
Yeah, I think, let's see, Burning.
Yeah, Burning can kind of go because we didn't get enough stuff to work with that. I'll cut one of the swords. I'll cut this sword over the Sword of Fire and Ice. Because Fire and Ice is definitely, by far, best sword. We have the ability to board into the second sword. Do we need to mainboard Spear? Probably.
Yeah, Emery, that was kind of what I was thinking, is that Disc might be good against some decks, but, I mean, the Grave Robber is good against other decks.
Yeah, they both have their different decks that they're good for, so it's one of those. And we already have, like, Smash to Smithereens versus an Artifacts deck, so I feel a little safer versus that deck already.
I don't think we can run Skull Clamp. Or no, we've got Ophiomancer
and we've got Maloku, so
yeah,
I think I'm fine with Skull Clamp. I think I actually cut Spear because we still have Mortars.
I'd rather have Spear in the deck than Mortars.
Really?
It's an instant and it can go to the face.
Fair. Let's see here.
Don't think we want Duretti.
Yeah, I think Duretti can go. I'm thinking we can possibly even get rid of, like, either, probably Storm Breath over the Titan.
Yeah, I'd cut Storm Breath.
Let's see here. So, probably want to make some cuts from down here.
Needle.
Yeah, Needle's more of a sideboard card. And then...
One more,
yeah. I think it's... Smash might be a sideboard card, but I think it's probably a main board card. It's hit or miss.
I think it's good in the majority of the deck, so you could have it as a main board. Plus, it's the sort of card that I've actually sideboarded it out in some matchups and then regretted that because then they have, like, you know, Shrining Burning Rage or a sword or something.
Right. Do we want Trinket Mage solely for the fact that he fetches Skull Clamp?
Well, it fetches Skull Clamp. Yeah, I think it's...
Because it also fetches the Pithing Needle, but if we played the Pithing Needle, I definitely like playing him.
I guess... Now, Emriel's saying to cut Skype, but I kind of like keeping it in because it's a good wall, and it has some value against removal.
Right.
It's a 2-drop, which we don't have a lot of.
Can technically get in for damage if you equip it with a Skull Clamp or a sword.
Yeah.
Just saying, can. don't necessarily think it's the right call to equip it with a skull clamp, but it might be. You never know. Maybe.
Actually, what about Titan?
You want to cut Titan. So that puts us down to Tassiger, Conscripts.
Nothing about Upheaval. We've got nothing that combos with Upheaval.
You want Upheaval?
Yeah.
Even though you don't necessarily need to have anything that combos with Upheaval. Upheaval's just a good catch-all spell.
It's a good spell, but like, how good is Upheaval if you only have 6 mana? It's not.
Well,
like, how good is it if
when you have 6 mana? I've never.
I mean, Upheaval needs like Thran Dynamo or a bunch of Signets or Soul Ring or Moxes or something, you know?
I mean, it definitely works better with those. Does it need them? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, Upheaval works, right. Ugh. I don't like the idea of cutting Upheaval. That's one of those ones which I'm never a fan of cutting, but I guess I could see it possibly being the right call. I think I'd almost rather cut, like, Smash than I'd cut Upheaval.
My thinking with Upheaval and is just that the best case scenarios for Upheaval in a deck like this is when you're extremely behind, right? Like, you don't want to play it unless you're extremely behind. But if you're extremely behind and you're in that sort of situation, would you rather have Upheaval or would you rather have like discard it and draw a card, right? Like,
right.
I would just rather have. Plus, you know, we've got cards like Skull Clamp that is kind of like anti-synergy with Upheaval.
Right. Alright. I cut the Upheaval. Alright, let me hide the things that we're not playing, definitely.
And the other thing about Upheaval is, like, thinking about it, like, just, okay, so it's in the sideboard. Which decks would you want to even bring it in against? Like, in this deck.
Right. I don't even know, necessarily. That's an interesting call. It's usually just one of those main board cards, but... Oh.
It's a powerful
if you play
card,
against a token or token deck or something like that, you can bring it in. I guess that's an interesting option from the Twitch side there. Alright, well, let's work on the mana. I think this deck will work fine. It's going to be hit or miss. We'll see if it actually can get there. Because we kind of end up with pieces of the different decks kind of scattered throughout the deck.
Yeah, let's see. So we've got Arid Mesa can fetch Steam Vents or Scrubland.
Right, so it fetches all 3 colors. So this is all 3. Here, I'm going to scooch all this over there so that we can lay things out. This is basically just a swamp that's fetchable with Arid Mesa. So this is black-red, blue-red, etc.
We have 3 black sources, 2 blue sources, and 3 red.
Right. Sorting all this stuff.
Adding 12 lands. Yeah, and actually, I think I'd rather bring in Burning before I brought in Upheaval, actually.
There are definitely decks where each is good. I agree that there's definitely decks where each have their own individual benefits. Anyways, so we get 12 more lands. With these 12 more lands, we need to pick up a few mountains, a very sizable amount of islands, and then just a few swamps, because we only have single black cards. So
if we add, let's see, if we add 1 swamp, 2 islands, and 1 mountain, will it be at like 4/4/4?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, yeah, so what you're saying is this gets us to 4 of each type of source. Then we'd have 8 additional lands to add on to that. So we want more islands because we have a lot of double blue cards.
I think we need a minimum of 8 blue sources, minimum.
Right, and this gives us 8 blue sources like this. So that's 8 from here, so we have 4 more. We are going to want some heavier red, Something like that, maybe.
Well, we didn't get a lot of fixing, so oh wow, the clock. Okay,
I know, I showed it. I think this gives us 9 blue sources, 5 black sources, and 6 red sources.
I think we gotta cut a blue for a black.
You think for a black over a red?
We have 5 black sources. That's really sparse.
Alright. We'll go for it.
Need more red too, unfortunately.
Well, this is what we're going with right now, and we will figure it out if it doesn't work out well.